the second grade. We are going to be talking about science today. This is our nature studies lesson, and we're going to be talking a little bit about science. So what you're going to need is your binder. You're going to flip over to Wednesday, the Wednesday section, and you are going to need this sheet. It should say, what is science? So you're going to take it out carefully. Take it out carefully, like this. You're going to need that page. That's all you're going to need. Okay? So, what is science? Today we're going to be learning a little bit about science. So let me share my screen with you. And let me do this. Okay. Scientist and the scientific method. So for the next couple of days, we're going to be learning what is science and what is the scientific method. How many of you have heard about the scientific method? Some of you? Okay. Well, to make this interesting, we're going to be learning about science, and then we are going to be making maybe around 2 experiments. So you'll be seeing Miss Santana do a couple of experiments, and maybe if you have all the things that you need at home, maybe you can make your own experiment as well. Okay, so let's go. What is science? Well, science is knowledge and understanding about the natural world. So we're learning and we're understanding the world around us. That's science. It's learning about the world around you. How does it work? Why does it work that way? What are the specific things that make it work? And this knowledge of the world is based on facts that scientists learn by observing something and by experiments. So, if I want, science is learning and understanding the things around us, right? So, if I want to know how a flower grows, I'm going to learn how it grows. This is science. I'm going to learn how it grows by facts. And how am I going to know what the facts are? Well, I'm going to observe the flower. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to see how it grows. I'm going to do a lot of tests on it. And I'm going to do a lot of experiments to see what changes and what stays the same. So science is all around us. I mean, it's everywhere. It's from a flower. Science is in a cup of water. It's in the weather. It is in medicine. It's in the food that we eat. And in many other things. It's not something in it. It's not like I put science in my cup. It's what it is. Water. Remember, science is when you observe something and you test it to understand it more. So, if I looked at this glass of water and I said, why does water spill? If I pour it like this, why does water spill? Well, science would help you do that. Science would help you observe, do some experiments, and then find out how water does it. So science helps us answer one question. It helps us answer the question, how? It helps us answer the question, what? What is something made of? How does that work that way? Do you ever have questions and you're always saying, how does this work and why does it work? Well, see, science answers the how and the what. The how and the what. How does water work? What does water work for? Science has shaped our lives in so many different ways. It has changed our lives from the glasses that we wear, from the cars that we drive, and so many other different things. So, what is science? There are many types of science. There's not just one science, there's different types of science. And scientists, there's different types of science and different types of scientists. A scientist is someone who observes, does experiments, and learns about science, right? So you will learn about some of the different types of sciences in the next couple of days. So right now, I want you to put pause on the video, and I want you to talk to me. I'm going to be your partner. With your partner, talk about the ways we use science in our daily lives. So what you're going to do, it's going to feel a little silly because you're going to think you're talking to yourself, but you're not. You'll be talking to me. So I want you to tell me what ways we use science in our lives. How do we use science in our daily lives? So I'll go first and then you can go. So some ways that we use science in our daily lives is by looking at the weather and seeing whether it's going to be sunny or cold. Another way that we use science in our daily lives is when we turn on our toaster in the morning. Turn on the toaster. What are some ways that you use science in your daily lives? Good. That's great. That's a perfect example. And how would your life be different without science? How would it be different without science? Imagine. Think about it. How would my life be different if I didn't have science? Well, I wouldn't be able to drive my car because we wouldn't know about cars and how they work. So I'd have to walk to school. We wouldn't have a refrigerator. So we wouldn't be able to have a lot of food at home because it would go bad if we didn't have a refrigerator. What other ways? What do you think? Those are good. Those are some good ideas. Now, the next thing that I want you to do is you have this worksheet and I want you to write on it. The first question says, what is science? So in your own words, I want you to write down, what is science? So you're going to write, science is, and then you tell me what it is. So let's practice. What is science? You tell me. What is science? Remember I told you science is when you observe and you do experiments. That's one thing about science. Science is also the way that we figure out things. It answers the what and the how. It tells us how something works. It tells us what something does. So I want you to write down, what is science? Science is. Okay, and then the next question says, write 2 ways we use science in our daily lives. So that you're just going to write down 2 ways that we use science in our daily lives is that we use a toaster, we use a refrigerator, we use our car, We check the weather. Those are a couple. Those are more than two. And then on the bottom, it says fill in the blank to each sentence. Blank is the study of the world and how it works. That's science. Good. Blank, observe and experiment to learn about the world. Who observes an experiment to learn about the world? Scientists. Good. And then it says scientists base their knowledge on blank. What do they base their knowledge on? They base their knowledge on facts. And then there's a big blank. Blank is an example of how we use science in our daily lives. So you're going to write an example that we use science in our daily lives. Okay, that is it for today. That's all we are learning about today. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. God bless, and we will talk very soon. Todes, todes.